a reading for you today regarding how does your person communicate with you? And this is spiritually and energetically, and also some messages that they want to bring through as well. So I have three choices for you, and I was called to pull one card to show you from each deck, and the card that came out was the Chariot. So that in itself could be significant for you as well, the number 7 as well. It's interesting that it was the Chariot that wanted to be shown here, because this 2023, when I'm filming this, even though this is timeless, it is the year of 7. It is the year of the Chariot. Also, Cancer could be significant for you. The 4th house, which is ruled by Cancer, could be significant as well. So we have three choices. First deck is the Tarot of Oppositions, and this is the Chariot card in this deck. The second one is the Mystic Monday Tarot, and then this is the Chariot in this deck. The third one is the LIGHTSEERS Tarot, and this is the Chariot card in this deck. So just to tell you a little bit about the reading, I'm going to do how they communicate with you with the tarot, and then I have oracle cards as well that I've pulled already that we're going to look at to see what message comes through as well. And then at the end, from here, I have a lot of little papers with zodiac signs, angel numbers, other synchronicities that could possibly apply to you. And I'm going to get some papers out of there just to get extra confirmation. Let me add a little bit of the crystals so that you can kind of maybe pick based on that. Or you could also go to the timestamps and you could pick based on the numbers, okay? Each pile is associated with a specific angel number that I got from here. So let me just tell you now, even though it is in the timestamps, okay? So for pile 1, the angel number is 222, and your crystal is this rose quartz heart. And then pile 2 is associated with the number 555, and your crystal is malachite. And then pile 3, your number is 111, which, interesting enough, it adds up to 3. So yeah. And your crystal is ocean jasper. It's an ocean jasper tumble that has a perfect little circle there. It's really interesting. I like how it kind of like goes with the card. Again, I peeked the crystals kind of randomly too. I just gravitate, I grab whatever I gravitate to as far as for each pile, and it's interesting as well. So yeah, go ahead and pick your pile and I'll see you there. Okay, we can start the reading. So I'm gonna start with pile 1. So hello pile 1, if you picked the Tarot of Oppositions and this Chariot card and this little heart, this is going to be your reading. I'm just going to put this to the side, and these are your oracle cards, which I'm just going to leave on the side until we're ready for them. Okay, yes, I'm gonna fix my mic here. Okay, all right. So pile 1, I do have some channeled messages. When I was doing the oracle cards, I always just naturally get channeled messages, little snippets here and there. I have to say the first thing that came through was X marks the spot. Again, these things that I'm going to say here in the channeled messages, I just have to say, because in every pile, they're so freaking random that it's like, I don't make sense of them. It has to be for you to make sense of them, okay? If they don't make sense to you, when I mention them, it's okay. Like, you know, you could still trust your intuition as far as what pile you picked and see how the reading kind of develops and see if it's for you, but maybe it's not for you. But however, I have to preface this by saying it's very random stuff, okay? Very random stuff. And it could only make sense to the collective that I'm reading for because it doesn't even make sense to me, right? Okay, so let me start again. X marks the spot, the letter A, like a capital A, very easygoing, very calming energy. There's a friends to lovers energy about this pile, very imaginative and creative, thinking of the future, the color pink, and a lot of attraction. Attraction was just a word that came through, and it's interesting. I wrote it like very big, and I wrote it with a capital A. So that's interesting. It leads me back to the letter A that I'm saying it's a capital, you know, it's a letter A, that's a big letter A. So maybe an initial A could be significant, but also it's just like, it's a very intense energy. Attraction is a very it's a big part of this pile, I have to say. All right, so we're just gonna see how your person communicates with you energetically, spiritually. Let's go from there. And also, your angel number was 222. Okay, the number 2 could be significant. The number 6 could be very significant for you as well. All right, pile 1. Let's see. I have to say that when I'm doing the shuffling, I love this deck and how it shuffles. Again, this is the fact that I'm saying that, but it feels like this is like your energy, you guys' energy is very easy. It's very, I don't know, it feels good. It's a very, it's a very nice energy that you both share with each other. Ooh, okay. Wow, the fact that I said that 6 was significant, and we have the 6 of Pentacles, but in reverse here. Okay. And then the 5 of Cups upright. And right away I'm being called to the yellow flowers. Yellow tulips here and yellow, I'm not sure what this flower is, but with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, it makes me think of maybe there wasn't an equal give and take here in the past. So your person, maybe they're not sure how to like come forward is what I'm seeing. They definitely use numbers. I do have to say that they definitely use numbers, and I have to say again that they use the number 6. They could the fact that it's 6 5. They could also use numbers like in sequence, but like going down, like. And again, I have to say the letter A is so significant because I just keep seeing it. So like 6 5 4 3 2 1, like, you know, kind of like that. It feels like. Now we have 7, the 7 of Cups. There's a regret here of not choosing, or there's like a fear of not choosing the right thing. But also, it's like, I want to say they communicate with you in dreams, because this card always makes me think of dreams. But for some reason, being in reverse here, it's like in your nightmares. And that's so weird that it's maybe, I don't know. You will have to, you know, like see what makes sense to you here. But I'm seeing dreams and nightmares at the same time for some reason, for some of you. But it's like almost like they're one and the same. Like your dreams, but for some people could seem as nightmares, but for others could be seen as just regular dreams, or it's just like a neutral thing. So it's like everything here for you is very much, you have to apply it to whatever resonates for you. For some reason, that's a message for you as well. Interesting. The Hermit being at the bottom of the deck. The Lovers in reverse again. You see what I mean as far as, because it's in reverse, but you see how Like this is a good energy. This is like, I feel like I'm reading for the feminine energy here. This is you like in a good place, in a good state, and then this is your person kind of trying to reach you in your dream state, but they seem to be having nightmares or something like that. It's very twisted for them. The energy, it's mirrored, but it's not mirrored equally. It's mirrored in a confusing way for them. Maybe they are confused about your connection, or actually the it makes sense because I channeled when I was doing the oracle about how it's friends to lovers. So that could be significant here, where this person is very confused about how they feel about you. They feel like it's a little bit of, it might be tormenting them a bit. And the lovers is a 6 as well, so that's, again, the number 6 could be very significant. But it also speaks about choices. There's a choice to be made. It seems like the feminine energy has made the choice to grab that apple, to it's like you've gathered the knowledge that you need about this connection. However, this person's catching up to you. You see how they're reaching through, trying to not just get help from you, but kind of like acquire the same information that you have acquired. And another 7. So we have 6, 6, and 7, 7. The 7 of Wands. The fact that we have all of the elements here. So we have Pentacles, Cups. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't have swords yet. That's interesting. And I said all the elements. Anyways, this is the struggle here. This is upright though, so it feels like the struggle is not futile, right? The struggle is not without merit, if you will. Whatever they're struggling with, which is, I think, coming to the conclusion about what this is for them, they're getting there. You know, they're achieving that goal because they're actively, they're not passively being a bystander anymore. They're actually actively looking for answers and meaning to this connection. That's so interesting. So your person definitely communicates with you very much energetically. This is not in the physical in any way. I don't think you guys are in communication of any kind. If anything, even the communication that tries to come through, it wants to come through in the dream state, and it's almost like they cannot reach you. And that could be for a reason. Maybe you have this person, there's boundaries, there's energetic boundaries here until this person kind of has to figure things out by themselves before they approach you. It feels like that's interesting. That's really interesting. And it could also be, quite honestly, that where you see this connection as for what it is, but it doesn't torment you, this person could be seeing it for what it is too. Again, that lovers to friends. Oh, that's backwards. Interesting. That friends to lovers connection, you don't seem to have an issue with that. However, this person definitely freaking does. Like, they really don't see this that way at all. They don't agree with it. It's not even that they don't agree with it. It's like they cannot see it that way yet. Okay. However, it feels like the divine is coming in regardless to show what they need to show. Interesting. Knight of Wands, but in reverse. So the Knight of Wands is usually like the player, the very passionate, you know, I put my wand everywhere and all the time, and I share it with everybody kind of energy. But in reverse here, it's almost like, you see how the horse is like straight up looking this way, and for some reason I'm picking up on the horse where, like, because you can't see this person's face, but the horse is kind of like resembling what the energy for them feels like, where it's like they see this for what it could be, or they get the message, but they're like, there's no freaking way, like this, that's not it. I'm not done with with my adventures for some of them. Maybe they're not done playing the field or something. However, they do see your potential here, or the potential in this relationship. It's really interesting. You know what? It feels, there's the swords that I was missing, the Four of Swords. But then there's the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. The Emperor. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to stop with the tarot and just tell you what I'm seeing here as a whole, and like reading wise, like if I was going to sum this up, even in the tarot that you picked, in the deck that you picked, the tarot of oppositions is two sides to every story. It's right. So this is what it feels like for you guys. It feels like you guys have the same information that they have. You guys have the same in every aspect, right? Everything. You've gone through the same things that they have gone through. However, you are more content with what you have. I feel like you accept this this relationship or this connection for what it is. You don't judge it. You don't judge yourself for it. You don't judge them for taking their time to see it for what it is. It's okay. You do not struggle with this. Maybe you struggle in the sense of you feel like your feelings might not be reciprocated, or your time, energy, dedication is not reciprocated here. But you do not resent them or the connection for anything. However, this person, it's like the opposite of that. And it's, but at the same time, with the channeled messages that I was getting, where it's very calm, and the energy just, it's just that the message wants to come through. They want to communicate, but they can't seem to grasp it yet. Okay, let's move on to your oracle so I can get a little bit of a message, a little clearer of a message, because this is confusing to me. And I'm assuming, not just assuming, I know that this is because this is confusing to you. And especially to this person as well, but to you it's very confusing too. But again, it's confusing to both of you, but for very different reasons. Enlightenment, okay. Forest Temple, enlightenment. There's that cup, makes me think of the Ace of Cups. Also, there's the heart activation here. Interesting. Interesting. And flexibility with Willow Spirit. See, this is like a wall, but it's like the veil. It's like a message coming in from the other side. You guys are definitely not in communication. And if you are in communication, when I tell you it's limited and it's at surface level, you guys are not talking about this. If anything, maybe you both are trying to just keep the friendship going. If you are in communication, however, I feel like there's a big moment coming up where it's almost like, I'm not sure if you're going to see what I see here, but you see this in the temple, right? The door's opening and I feel like a figure manifesting coming out. It feels like it's this. So there's enlightenment coming, and there's a need to be flexible about this. There's a need to keep an open mind, keep an imaginative, what is it? Because a creative aspect of this, kind of allow it to be what it may, if you will. Wow. Hollow bones, teachability. Yeah, definitely. There's an energy that wants to fill the void here. For you, the void that wants to be filled is the one of being reciprocated with your emotions, your feelings, in this connection. And for this other person, what wants to be filled is the knowledge of what this connection is. Spirit is very much involved here. empty well, time to replenish. You see there's emptiness, hollow, empty. And I don't want you to see it as like a bad thing, or not a bad thing, but like at something negative. It's not negative that there's an empty space there to be filled. It's almost like it's okay. It's okay to be a little bit empty, to then be filled with good energy, if you will. Maybe that's what you guys have been working towards in a way. But I definitely feel like your person very heavily communicates with you. Again, I'm being very called to the numbers 19, 48, 28, 16. Numbers are very significant for you. Symbolism is very significant for you. So you might be looking at these cards here and things could be calling your attention. Spirals could be very significant. There's the enlightenment aspect of all of this, especially in the aura, because I'm seeing just a lot of information that wants to come through. So maybe that resonates with you as well. This person communicates with you through your guides, and your guides just give you like aha moments, and that's the same for them. Wow, 22, the number 2 is significant. 22 is a master teacher number. You might want to look that up. That could be very significant for you guys. Blessed. There's this, you know what it feels like, that this person's coming in. There's a message wanting to come in for you. I feel like it's waiting. It's waiting for both of you to kind of unlock it at the same time, from different points of view, but at the same time, nonetheless. Very interesting. Time to go. There's that doorway. There's that path. Kind of like you're walking. It feels like there's move. You see how this person's moving in this way, this person's moving in this way. There's 2 clocks here. That's interesting. And I'm hearing tick tock, like, you know, the clock, like it's time to go. It's time to, I think it's time to see this for what it is what Spirit is saying. There's a moment. Wow, I just got that as an image as well. So this person's walking a path towards a door, and at this other end, you see how I mean? It's like the same thing. I'm seeing there's like a cycle that you guys are going through somehow. This person's walking towards a door, and then this person, in this temple, there's a door opening and a figure coming out, and it's like this could be coming out of there. But it could be this person that was moving towards this energy anyways. That is incredibly intense. Holy crap. Okay. Yeah. And you know what? When this person comes to the realization of what this is, and they do communicate with you in the physical here, this is them like walking towards you, if you will. When they open this door and they come in, they come out of there, it's almost like you're there ready to receive them with this cup, and this, your heart is activated. You have enlightenment regarding this. You're just waiting for them to kind of come to realize what it is as well. That's beautiful. And if it's you who's trying to come to terms with what this connection means to you, this person's definitely waiting for you at the other side whenever you're ready. There's no pressure here. I have to mention that. There's no pressure and there's no judgment in this energy at all. It is a very like welcoming, go at your own pace. I understand that you have your cycles to go through. It's like when you're ready to have this equal give and take and give this a chance, I'll be here. But it's not also in the energy of I'll just be here waiting for you always. It's not like that, or I'm putting my life on hold for this connection. It's not like that either. It's more of I'm enjoying where I am, and I'm enjoying my connection to you spiritually and energetically. And we'll come together when we do, if we do. It's kind of like that. Regardless, it feels like you, whoever I'm reading for here, if it's you, Pawan, I feel like you're very much grateful for the teachable moments in here in this connection. Again, I'm 22, master teacher number. You feel like this is like a blessing. You've learned a lot from this person in this connection. Wow, the veil is here again. Lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything on a line must go. I feel like that's your person at this moment, actually. They're trying to see through the bullshit, if you will. They're trying to see through, again, the literal veil that's in front of their eyes, if you will. I'm seeing the two of swords in the tarot, where they have two swords of truth, and then they have their their eyes are covered, like they have a blindfold on. But if you just let go of those swords and take off the blindfold, you can see where you are, if you will. It's kind of like that. The only thing holding them back is, I feel like, their own psyche, their own limitations, if you will, but they're working through it. It's okay. They're working through it. Wow, the great serving. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Maybe this is what this person needs to do. They need to soften up to love. I've never realized that in the sky here, the earth is here. I've never realized that the earth was in this card. That's so interesting. I'm hearing home. So this person could feel, Mars leads me back to the Emperor energy, Aries energy. That starts with an A. This person could be an Aries as well. It's almost like they feel like they're in Mars. They're worlds away from you. They're in a different planet altogether. However, they see you as a beacon of light for them. How beautiful. How beautiful. Wow. Wow, Gemini. Okay, full moon in Gemini. So this person could also be a Gemini. The Lovers is Gemini energy. The answers you need are coming. Yeah, there's there's definitely, the answers that you need are definitely coming up, because they're when they reach a point where they realize things, they will be communicating with you, without a doubt. Without a doubt. This being a music instrument, maybe they communicate with you through music as well. If you find feathers can be very significant. Wow, meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. Whoa, okay. We have a new moon in Pisces tomorrow, okay? Well, today, if you're in the West Coast, it's today like at 11. And if you're in the East Coast, it's tomorrow at like 2 a.m. I did a reading for the new moon in Pisces. It's the video before this one, if you want to go look at that. How interesting that came through here. So Gemini and Pisces energy. Interesting. Color rejuvenation, reawakening, and then stand stronger. Yeah, I feel like that's that the energy of like finding new things about this connection. That's what it does. There's rejuvenation, if you will. African Violet spirituality. It's time to connect with what you believe. Definitely the energy of your person here, and probably you as well, where when you come to the realization of just how spiritually guided this connection is, it's like a blessing to kind of come to that aha moment, if you will. All right, let's see what soul lesson a card fell. Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. My gosh, if this is not your energy, part one, I don't know what is. This is literally, and again, maybe if I'm reading for the other person, this is the other person's energy, but it does feel like this is the person that I'm reading for, where that patience. Love is patient. Love is very patient. And it's almost like I'm being guided to the saying of, if you love something, you let it go. And if it comes back to you, it was meant to be, kind of like that. When this person's ready and they come through that door, and they come through the enlightenment that you already have kind of come through that, right? You've done that. You've gone through that path. You're there with a cup. You're there waiting for them. And it's not a burden, and it's not something that, let me get the card that fell. And it's not something again, that you would resent them for or anything like that. It's just you understand. You are aligned with divine timing. You accepted this. There's a beautiful energy of surrender here. Okay. So the animal spirit that they could use to communicate with you is foxes. So if you see foxes, whether it's in person, in social media, in videos and pictures, this could be a message from your person. And this is earth energy. I love the fox. The fox is a very spiritual animal. I'll read about it. I think I'm called to read about it, so I will. Very spiritual animal, very unique, very, what is it? Maybe a little bit of a trickster, a little bit of a shapeshifter, but adaptability, or there's wit also. There's, what is the word that I'm looking for? I'll get to it when I read it. Wow, intention. This is a beautiful card. Be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your requests to the universe. This is not just speaking about being bold to the request to the universe and how you communicate with your guides, and because I feel like your guides play middleman between you two. And again, that's sometimes it's like that because energetically you can't even communicate with each other because there's a blockage there. However, your guides do play middleman. They play messenger between you guys, and I think that's beautiful actually. But I have to mention that, okay, where's my book for the animal spirit deck? Oh, I have to mention that this is also talking about this person. When your person comes through with communication in the 3D, right, not just energetically or spiritually, they already do that. Make sure that don't hold back. In the sense of like speaking what you need. If you need reciprocity with the Six of Pentacles there, you need to address that. If you need an equal give and take, you need to address that. You need to address your needs because communication is key. The answers you need are coming, right? So don't hold back in that sense. Again, remember, if it's not meant to be in that moment where you guys communicate again, it's okay. You go back to the drawing board. You go back to working on yourself. There's so growth to be had. Patience is key here. All right, I'm just going to read the fox for a second, and then I'll move on to my little written messages to see what comes through for you. So smart, strong partner or mate, and a wise teacher. Magical, ingenious teacher, and monogamous. That is significant because I brought up being a player over here. If you need the having things to address here, when this person comes back around, if you need to address, because you've been friends with them, so you know how they are, right? If you need to address monogamy, and if that's what you need and they're not ready for that yet, don't settle for anything that you don't want, okay? That you don't feel like you need. That's a side message for some of you here. So when out of balance, the fox is sneaky, unsure of their identity, and then to bring into balance partnership and connection. I feel like this person is coming through as the fox because they need, like I said, to bring into balance, they need a connection, a relationship, if you will. And it's not that that relationships should change you. It's more of when you have a partner that incites growth and stability for you, and they are like an anchor to your energy, for the positive being that you are, the positive things that you've learned, you can implement it into that relationship. You can exercise it, you can practice it, if you will. There's a need for them for that, and maybe that's what's a little bit of a torment for them, realizing that your connection is not just another fling. It will be like a very I heard end up be all, but it doesn't have to be. But it's very significant in the sense it's a very serious relationship. If they feel like they want to approach you again, it would have to be a serious commitment or nothing at all. And maybe they're coming to terms with the fact that they do crave that. The reason why this is presented to them, or even to you, this connection is presented to you, is because you're ready for that kind of commitment. But it could be scary, and that could be the energy of like, that's why it's coming through as a nightmare, even though it's like a beautiful energy or something like that. You know, think about like someone that's a player. If all of a sudden they had to, they fell in love with someone, it's like, that would be scary. Of course it's scary. All right. It means that they would have to change a lot of their ways. They feel like their identity has to change, who they are. Maybe their friendships have to change. Definitely the way that they are. But if they're craving it, it's probably because they want that kind of change. All right, let's see. Yeah, angel numbers. I said it from the beginning. Angel numbers are super significant. Numbers in general are very significant for you guys here. Okay, Leo energy. Four, 4. Okay. Foundations, new foundations. 4 is also, if you want to look that up, 4, it's when I remember when I first started getting into angel numbers and I would see a lot of 4, it was scary because 4 comes in to wreck your shit, like quite literally. It's an energy that really just crumbles everything that no longer serves you and tries to rebuild. But that in itself could be very taxing on you, on your spiritual growth. It's a very transformative number. Yeah, 4. Okay, TV shows. So maybe some of the TV shows that you watch could remind you of this person, or the dynamics, the relationship that are being represented in like TV could be very significant. Okay, and Aquarius. All right. Well, thank you so much, Pile One, for watching, and I really hope that this brought you some clarity, and the messages that came through really resonated with you here. I can't wait for you guys to tell me in the comments if this all made sense. Because again, it feels very unique, and it has to make sense to who I'm reading for, because it really doesn't make sense to me, but it doesn't have to, right? So thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next reading, okay? Okay, let's get ready for part 2. Hello, Pile 2. So if you picked the Mystic Monday Tarot with this Chariot card and Malachite, this is going to be your reading. These are your oracles. I'm just going to leave them on the side, okay? And yeah, let me go through with what your channeled messages were. Actually, let me first take a drink of my coffee. Okay. Some of you might need a drink. I feel like all of a sudden my throat is a little like closed off. Anyways, so let me go through with what your channel messages were when I was doing your oracles. I have to mention, I didn't mention it in the intro, but I did in part 1 because I was like, yeah, I have to mention it to everybody. The messages are very unique. They're like one word, one sentence, one thing. It's like very unique messages to you. It's almost like I cannot make sense of them. It feels like the collective that I'm reading for are the ones who you're going to have the answers, okay, for this. As far as like what the channel messages mean to you, because they're so freaking random, okay? But I'm sure it will make sense to a lot of you, because that every time like I kind of channel things, it makes sense. Okay, so I just have to remind you that your numbers are 555. That was the angel number that came through for you. And fives are about change, and that's really interesting. And with the chariot, the depiction here, even now I'm just, the reading already started, guys. The This energy wants to bring a change into your life, if you will. Okay. So I have to mention, when I was looking for the chariot card in each deck, right? To kind of put it at the top so I could show everybody. Your card was the hardest one to find. I almost felt like I had skipped it and I had to like go back. I almost had to go back through the entire deck a second time, but I got it at the end. So it was very hard to find this card. That could be significant for you. It speaks to maybe the energy between you and your person here. So I got the channel message, coming to see you, on their way, bringing peace, beauty, abundance, a golden opportunity. And then the randomest part, I-75, which is an interstate road on the East Coast. That could be significant. You guys could live in the East Coast. A white car, also stubborn, because when I was doing the oracles, I don't like to look at the cards, so I pull them, face down. But your person, this energy, kept flipping them and trying to show me the cards, and I would put them back, shuffle again, they flip the cards over again. So it was a very stubborn energy, really trying to. What I got from that is wanting you to see things their way, but not in a manipulative way, okay? But kind of just like there's a lot to say. They have a lot to say. They have a lot to like show you in a way. It's almost like they cannot wait. They cannot wait, which is maybe the whole thing that I got of like coming to see you, or being on their way. It's not just physically. It doesn't have to be physically. It could be energetically. They're really trying to get a message to you. Okay, and I feel like they're gonna do it here. Yeah, it feels like I'm getting ready to speak about something with someone, if you will. And it's they could be second guessing it a lot for some reason. Oh wow, the magician at the bottom of the deck. Okay, they could be second guessing themselves a lot for some reason. Maybe it's because it feels like they're not sure about the message. But only they can figure that out for themselves, right? So you're just here on the receiving end, if you will. So let's see how your person communicates with you energetically and spiritually. Okay, the Knight of Wands and the King of Pentacles. I feel called to pull all of them for you first. So I'm just going to pull 6 cards and see. So I can see a message, a complete message. Because, wow, the Chariot at the end. Oh, my goodness. And then the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to keep the bottom of the deck here for a bit so that I can kind of see what's going on here. If you were between this pile or pile 1, maybe you want to look up pile 1 because it might be connected, okay? But you don't have to. This person communicates with you very much spiritually and energetically, just because of the wands that I have, and the 7 of Cups feels like in the dream world and a very spiritual way, right? They could be very spiritual themselves. I'm hearing magician, and the magician was at the bottom of the deck, and now this person holding the wand, it literally makes me think of Harry Potter, if you will. They could be a wizard, if you will. Um, or that could be like a title that they resonate with. They don't have to put themselves in a label. You don't have to label this person, but they could feel that way about themselves, about how they approach the spirituality. They very much feel like, like some of us feel very, what is it? The term witch resonates with us. Well, for them, warlock, wizard, magician could resonate with them. I have to say they see you as their equal. They very much do. And seeing them as their equal, as your, yeah, they see you as their equal, and they they do that from a very grounded place. It's not just like in the imagination. They also, they try to communicate with you through there's a lot of mediums that they use, and it makes sense with the magician being here. And now I'm being guided to the Seven of Cups, where like sometimes is with loving messages, sometimes is they try to get a message that, what did I say in the beginning, where like this person's really trying to get a message to you, but it feels like they almost like have a plethora of options of how to communicate with you, but the only one that they seem to like shy away from or not pursue is the one that's in the physical reality. But it's like they're gaining the strength here. A tiger could be significant. Snakes, hearts, crystals, roses, working with the moon phases could be very significant. The sun and the moon, yin and yang, could be significant as well for you guys. But it's almost like all of this, they're carrying it with them into your reality, if you will. That's what they're trying to do. That makes sense. With the Chariot, this year is the year of the Chariot, so it could be happening this year. They're finding that strength to come forth with an offer for you. They want to show you something. There's this enlightenment here. Again, they do want to reiterate the fact that they do see you as their equal. So you could be someone who is also very much into spirituality, into potions, into spells, candle magic, dream work magic. You're very spiritual yourself. They see you as a very strong individual as well, just because how I feel like this is how they see you. And this is them over here. This is them. But you see how the two mountains here is like they see you as a very strong individual as well. I almost want to put the cards like this, because this, I feel like this is you, this is in the middle, and this is them. So this is them. You know what I want to say? This is them trying to get their shit together. Become this King of Pentacles, a very grounded energy. They know that they have to step up to the plate when it comes to what they want to offer, especially because they want to have options to give you. They want to give you options. And here you are, and you're in a beautiful energy, but you're a very strong individual. Maybe your intuitive nature is very strong. Also, how you love is very strong, because of Leo, it makes me think of the strength of Leo. And Leo, it's like they wear their heart on the sleeve. They love very much intensely. They're very faithful. They want to ride into a sunset with you. That's what I'm hearing now. So interesting. What's behind this? Four of Swords, Three of Wands. Ooh, Death. The High Priestess. Interesting. Three of Cups. Okay. Pile 2. Your person is working on themselves because they want to bring options your way. And you know what? They want to make sure, because in this card, usually in this 7, of cups in the regular tarot, some of the cups do not look appealing. However, in this deck, everything here looks okay to me, honestly. Nothing looks scary. Even the snake doesn't look like anything bad. If anything, I don't know. It's just, it feels like everything feels good. So they want to give you a lot of options, and they want to make sure that every single one is a possibility. So that's why they're stepping up into this. I'm seeing like an emperor energy here with the king of pentacles. Wow. Okay. I just want to get a little bit more because I don't know if... Wow. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Pentacles, another Knight, and the Sun. Yeah, right off into the sunset for sure. The fact that this fell here, it's almost like you are their happiness. They see you as this. They see you as their sun. With the Wheel falling here, maybe they're waiting for their finances to be a little bit better, if I'm going to read this literally. But also, it's like the wheel, it represents fate as well, kind of like karmic. They're waiting for everything to be in the right place at the right time to approach you. With a very solid offer. Wow, the Four of Wands. Talk about, well, as soon as I said solid option, I looked down and this is at the bottom of the deck. This is about a very stable relationship, a very stable offer, foundation being built here. Yeah, they're not playing around about you. This is very much a serious kind of energy, but serious in the best of ways, because they really are trying to be the person that you deserve, if you will. And the fact that I mentioned how this card, it took me a long time, right? I was looking through the deck trying to find this card, and it took me a really long time to find it, and then I definitely found it. They could also see you as that, where they've been looking for their person, they've been looking for their equal, and it took them a really long time to find you. And now that they realize that they need to be very grounded, solid energy in order to approach you with options that, again, they don't want to be refused. They don't want to be, they don't want you to refuse them, because they really want to be with you. So that's why they're trying to make sure that everything is up to standard when it comes to you, and not just up to standard. And this is not to say that you're someone that, like, it's so hard to please when it comes to love and connections. You're probably very easygoing. However, this person seems to have a very intense purpose as far as this relationship goes, that they really do want to be the best that they can be, to show you that they have the best to offer to you. It doesn't come from a place of them thinking that you're needy or you are very picky or anything like that. They are making sure that they themselves are an offer you cannot refuse, because they really do care about this connection. I mean, they see you as the sun, strength, a princess, if you will. Wow. That's beautiful. They have a lot of passion for you as well. Every time that I say something and then I look at the bottom of the deck, it literally assures me of what I just said. The King of Wands, passionate energy. The Hierophant, another knight. I've seen 3 knights, so oh my God, again, equals. Look at that. There's enlightenment coming towards them, okay? I think they have seen you for who you truly are to them. And for this pile, it very much feels like you guys are divine counterparts, and your person has really finally seen the light, dude. They've finally seen you for who you are. They've always had what is it, a connection with you. They felt like they were very connected to you, but now they're realizing just how meaningful this is, which is why they really want to make sure they approach you, they come at you right, if you will. Maybe in the past they haven't, so maybe that's also why they might be overthinking a bit or something like that. But all right, let's see what you're. Okay, Raven Spirit, the truth. You could see ravens, or you could also see crows, and that could be this person trying to communicate with you. Okay. Yeah, you are a princess. You're a queen to them. They want to make you their queen. Her crown here is almost like not solid yet. It feels very. It's almost like an illusion, but it's not an illusion. You might see yourself as just like a normal, right? This person's depicted as what? As like a witch, like a very ethereal being. However, you have a familiar as well. They see the crown that maybe you don't see on yourself. They see you as a crown. I'm hearing their crown jewel. That's so interesting. Even the words that this person's using. Okay, Maple Spirit, generosity. The fact that she's wearing red here and then the tree is red. It's very interesting. 32 and 23 mirrors of each other. Very interesting too. I also have to mention 32 adds up to 5. 23 adds up to 5. And your number is 555. Excuse me. Whoa. That is confirmation right there. I do not sneeze unless it is like I've really tapped into a specific message and it's 100% correct. That is super interesting. Okay. This person could also see you everywhere, or you could see this person everywhere. Things remind you of them everywhere. Like it's almost like if they see you, they've seen you in a red dress and then they see this red tree, it reminds them of you. It's so beautiful. The fact that it's both spirits, so it's Raven Spirit and Maple Spirit. Very, so the birds remind me of sword energy, so mental state. And then obviously the maple reminds me of earth energy, grounded. So they see you, what is it, like in their psyche, they think about you often, but also in like the physical realm, you come through as like maybe when they see the tree of life somewhere, especially if they're very spiritual, if you're a spiritual person, you're going to encounter spiritual things everywhere, right? It resonates with them because they see you in that. They even see you in their practice whatever they're doing, spiritually working on, as the magician, warlock, wizard that I was talking about. It reminds them of you as well. And this is equally for you, okay? I could be talking about you. I could be talking about them. If it resonates with you, it resonates with them as well. Watchers, transpersonal. Okay, so they could be an observer at this time. An observer of kind of, I'm hearing how fate will kind of play out here while they're working on themselves. Wow. Gather around, the power of community. You know what I feel like? I feel like this card and this card represents your guides. Your guides are very much proud of you, I'm hearing. This is definitely channeled because this is not necessarily what's in the cards here, but I'm seeing it now where your guides are very proud of you. They're standing back and they're just watching and observing as a community, your guides and their guides. They're watching and observing you both turn into beautiful beings. They admire your dedication to your craft, I'm hearing. This pause, you guys are definitely witchy. And if you're not, you're heading that way. And your person's definitely witchy. And if they're not, they're definitely heading that way. Maybe there's a lot that you are going to do together as well. Your guys are kind of like standing back and letting you do your thing. They're present, but they're just observers for right now. And if it's not your guides, it does feel like your guides, but that could also be in regards to you. Maybe you're being called at the moment. This would resonate with you where lately you've been called. Your guides have been telling you to just wait and watch, just admire what's going on around you and gather information, and eventually you have a use for them, okay? There could be a message here too as far as there's soul family coming through for you, or you're about to meet soul family. Wow, happy, happy. Another 26, whoa. So 26 could be a significant number for you. Maybe the age 26, maybe this is when you met this person. Someone could be 32 and someone could be 23 as well. That's interesting. Happy, happy. There's happy times coming up. Yeah, strength and the chariot. Definitely see it. The sun card reminds me of this too. With a golden egg, the fact that she's on top of an egg, I was saying golden opportunity earlier, but now I said golden egg. But being a blue egg is like once in a blue moon. Wow, come to the edge. Okay, now we have a 36. So 26 and 36 could be ages as well. Very interesting. This card always makes me think of the Fool, you know, about to jump in. And then Full in Love, obviously, but also the song by John Mayer, Edge of Desire. Beautiful song, by the way. Could be very significant here. You're going to have to go listen to that song. It's a beautiful song. The lyrics are beautiful. All right. Ooh, blue flame. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. I feel like you both have activated each other. I think this connection does this for you. Blue flame. You guys might be twin flames. You guys might be divine counterparts for sure. If it's not if you don't resonate with the term twin flame, it could be a very high level soulmate here. Again, I mentioned soul family, but this is romantic. Okay, this is not just platonic, but you could have started off as friends, or you could have realized that you guys are soul family, and then it became a bit more. The fact that there's two energies here, they're on top of each other, right? It's almost like they're one and the same. It's like whoever's up front and in the back is a shadow, but you're both the same. It reminds me of this card because of the enlightenment here and the crown. And the crown here, it's very... ancient civilizations could resonate with you guys, both of you. Maybe there's a lot for you to learn from that. Oh, wow. Deep cellular healing. Arcturus energy. Physical and emotional healing. Yeah, that makes sense. Malachite is a healing stone. It's a very much heart healing because of the green. But it's a healing stone nonetheless. Maybe this connection, this is what this connection brings to you both, I should say. Deep cellular healing. You guys are definitely connected at a cellular level, which is what I'm saying, where this person, they look like one and the same, right? The energies are very entangled. That's interesting. Twin flame has to resonate with this pile for sure. Maybe just a part of this collective, but it should. Wow. With the pillars here, it makes me think of the High Priestess. Very intuitive. This connection is very spiritual. You guys definitely communicate in the astral realm and the spiritual realm, and very much energetically, very much in your dream state as well. Wow. I cannot make this shit up. What did I say? Once in a blue moon, and here it is. Blue moon. Believe in the impossible. Wow. Your guides here, the watchers, your guides here are watching you believe and have faith in this. That's beautiful. They've stepped back because they want you to experience magic. Maybe you don't get a lot of signs and synchronicities in general, because or you do, but it's not a decisive thing. Now my nose is super itchy. You guys are giving me so much like physical, what is it, like a physical experience of the energy of, like, it resonates with what I'm saying, or if I'm being reassured of what I'm saying. Maybe you guys experience, when you think of this person, you could, for example, like I sneezed, and that could be a hint for you guys to pay attention to that, because that's how your spirit guides, or your body, your energetic being, your soul communicates with you. Yeah, so in a physical, it comes through in a physical form for you to pay attention to that moment. Like sometimes if you read tarot and you get your nose is very itchy, is usually because what you just said is, it's very significant. It's, don't second guess what you just said, for example, or what you just read, I should say. Or if you sneeze, again, that's a key thing to pay attention to. Very interesting. It comes through in the physical sense because I'm experiencing it myself. So that's why I'm mentioning that. Okay. Wow. You're very close to achieving your goals. What did I say? It's like you're so close to this connection, kind of, I think, coming together, right? I'm doing this gesture here. It's not on camera, but I did that. So it's like there's an entanglement here. Entanglement is what I wanted to say with this card. There's an entanglement here that's, it's almost like it's about to be, what is it, discovered, or it's about to come to the forefront, if you will. You cannot ignore it anymore. How beautiful. Okay. Temperance. Talk about healing. Find balance and be centered. Talk about healing energy. Temperance. Azalea. That's beautiful. Moth orchid communication. Listen and speak with greater care. So listen and speak from the heart with the strength here. I think you guys naturally do that, but your guides are saying here to make sure that when this person comes through, or you guys communicate with each other, there's an opportunity. There's a blue moon, once in a blue moon opportunity where you guys are, I feel like you're going to cross paths again in the physical realm. And there's that opportunity for you guys to really communicate and speak from the heart. It's what's needed here. Okay. Well, truth is here too. So, wow. Happiness. I'm aware that being happy means I am on the right path. And the fact that happy, happy. So now you have happy 3 times. Happy, happy, happy. Wow. There's happiness coming your way without a freaking doubt. I wouldn't doubt it for a second. Oh, turtle. Makes me think of this with the green. How cute. So if you see turtles, that could be significant. That could be this person trying to get a message to you. I'm gonna read from the book what a turtle means, but if you see like a turtle on social media, or like in person, that could be significant for you guys. If you see turtles, is this person trying to like reassure you that, they love you, reassure you that they care about you, even if they're not saying it in the 3D, they mean it. It's a way for them to get a message to you. Again, they use a lot of mediums, okay? They use animals, they use the sun, the moon, the yin yang, they use flowers to communicate with you. Wow. Wow, what a beautiful energy. Okay, sanctuary. Time to, take time out from the world, spend more time alone, meditate, or go on retreat. Maybe this is what they want to do with you. It's almost like They want to take you somewhere. What I said in the channel, they're coming towards you. They might be coming to see you, but it's to kind of put you both in a little bubble where you can work things out with each other, if you will. Let me read what the turtle means, and then I'll move on to the little my little heart filled with stuff that could be more information for you guys. Okay. The turtle, ancient soul, grounded, trusting, at home in the self. How beautiful. When in balance, peaceful, adventure, and productive. When out of balance, slow down to a halt to bring into balance and adventure. The whole coming to see you, driving to you, or all of that makes sense here, where they want to go on an adventure with you, or they feel like this love is adventurous. You might feel this way about them as well. How beautiful. Maybe you also see them as like seeing this connection. You see this connection. They also see this connection as it was a once in a lifetime opportunity to meet you in the first place. And now when you guys come back into union and together, or even if it's just to talk things out and then go from there, it's like it's a beautiful energy. With the stop it, what is it? Slow down to a halt. It's almost like you probably did that for this person. You stopped them in their tracks when they met you, or maybe they did the same thing for you, actually. You guys have a beautiful story to tell, I want to say, but you don't have to tell it. It's almost like you have a beautiful story to like uncover with each other as well. Like, oh, you see what I mean? There's always this is what I mean about this, your person's energy, where I was shuffling the cards and the cards would just keep flipping over. And I was like, hey, wait, like I want to do things my way here, where there's structure. Like, I haven't, yeah, okay, all right, anyways. Let's see. Runes. That speaks to this person being like a very spiritual, like a warlock, and maybe they believe in North mythology, or they're very much Scorpio. Okay, yeah. If they have Scorpio placements, they're probably very much into witchcraft and stuff like that. 555. This is so synchronistic, you guys. This is the number that came through with your pile. And here it is again. Wow. Wow. Crystals. I mentioned crystals. It's on there too. Wow. And horoscope. Interesting. So if you are guided sometimes to like watch horoscope readings, especially here on YouTube, there's amazing people who do horoscope readings. If you need some recommendations, you can let me know in the comments, and I'll tell you who I like to follow and stuff, or watch, I should say. Maybe in the readings that you watch regarding your horoscope, this person comes through and tries to give you messages there too. Maybe they are a horoscope reader. That's interesting. They could be a reader themselves. You could be a reader too. I think I mentioned that before. Alrighty, thank you so much, Pal 2, for watching, and I really hope that this resonated and brought you maybe some clarity, some more information that you don't have. And honestly, I do feel like you have a lot of information just because you are very highly intuitive. Both of you are. So I wouldn't doubt that you guys have, this was just like literally confirmation for you. It was like the message just being said to you again and again from what you've kind of gathered in the past, if you will. However, I want to thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. let's get ready for pile 3. Hello, pile 3. So if you picked the LIGHTSEERS Tarot with this Chariot card and the Ocean Jasper, this is going to be your reading. Pile 3, these are your oracles. I'm going to leave them on the side because I'm going to get to them eventually, okay, after the tarot portion of this. And I want to start your reading with, I guess I have to take a deep breath, honestly. That's what I feel like, because I just finished pile 2, and pile 2 was very intuitive couple there. So they really, like, physically, anyways, I don't know why I'm talking about pile 2. Maybe you were between pile 2 and pile 3, but anyways, let me just take a deep breath here. Maybe you want to do the same. And let's try to hone into your energy, pile 3, and see how your person communicates with you energetically and spiritually, and what messages they have for you. So I'm going to start with the channeled messages that I got when I was shuffling your oracles. I've said it in every pile, so I'll say it in yours too. The messages are very unique and very weird, very like scattered things. I usually get like a full-on message sometimes, but this time around I was just getting bits and pieces, right? So they should make sense to you though, right? And if they don't resonate with you, and I do the tarot portion of this and that's still not resonating, maybe this is not your pile. I have to mention that. So let me just start by saying that your the channeled numbers for you guys was 111, and that's up to 3, and this is pile 3. So we can start there, right? We're starting somewhere. And then right away, it was interesting because I would pick up a deck, shuffle it, get a card, and I would be guided to grab my notebook and write one thing down. And then I would put my notebook away, and then I would shuffle the other deck, get the card, and then I would be called to like go back and write. Every time I would shuffle a deck, I had to like go back to my notebook, to the point where I just left my notebook here next to me, and I would just write every time, because it was like there's so much. Okay, so first thing, bicycle, the zodiac Pisces, swans, mirrors of each other, phone call, how to open up to you in this connection. So they're seeking advice and guidance from probably their spirit guides, whoever they deem as, whoever they believe in as far as like their creator, their God, if you will. But also they could be asking some of their friends or family, whoever they trust. And then there's also like secrets and like untold things between you. Things that have gone unsaid between you is what I actually want to say. So yeah, interesting. This is Desert Rose. I just jumped out here, so that could also be significant for you guys. I feel like, because it happens to me when I see readings, I feel like some of you were looking over here and that you probably were looking at this and then it fell. If that happened, please let me know, because that freaks me out sometimes when it happens to me when I'm watching other readers and I'm wondering, like I'm looking at, let's say, something in their background or something like that, and then they mention like, oh, by the way, this is this and this and that, in case you guys were wondering. I'm like, how did they know I was wondering about that? Anyway, so if that just happened, hello, thank you for being here. Very much energetically, right? Okay. 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Lanterns could be very significant for you guys. The Hierophant, the Virgo energy. Metatron, sacred geometry. Whoa, this person has so much to say. They also see you as like soul family. They want to like have kids with you. They want everything with you. Pile 3. That's beautiful energy. They see they see so much potential in this connection. They see you as their person too, okay? And if they haven't said it, maybe they haven't said it because even in the channel messages, it was like unspoken things, right? They feel it. They feel it. The Seven of Cups has been in every pile. Every single pile has had this card. This speaks to, there's a choice to be made here from your person. But at the same time, they're sure of what they want anyways. They know what they want. They just have to kind of just go for it, I'm hearing here. So the number 7 could be significant for you too. Page of Cups. Every time I see this card, I think when pigs fly, because, you know, there's a pig flying, but you want to see here too how this is like the physical realm, but energetically, spiritually, they really are trying to connect with you. Their higher self is trying to connect with you, get messages to you, get messages to them as well. Again, if they're seeking that, if they're seeking like advice regarding your connection, and their guides are definitely coming through. And when that happens for them, it could also affect your energy. Like you could be feeling when they feel like what is it, confused. You might be confused too. When they seek guidance and they get the guidance, you might experience that, just because whatever I'm saying here is mirrored energy. So you could be feeling the same way. If you feel like I'm reading you, I could be, but also I just could be reading your person, and you guys are so much in sync that it feels like I'm reading for you. Well, I am reading for you, but I could feel like I'm reading your energy, I want to say. 6 of Swords. So it's like after this choice, after this enlightenment, receiving this communication from their spirit guides, there's a need to leave behind what no longer serves them. Maybe their internal struggle that they were having, like in the mental state, they're moving away from that confusing energy. Wow. 5 of Pentacles. Interesting. So maybe you guys are working through abandonment issues. But you're getting the answers to get out of this energy is what I want to say. Like you are getting, maybe this is the energy that I was reading, picking up upon before about the secrets or the untold things that have not been shared between you two, that probably has resulted in pain because of it, or you've had to maybe not wanting, but you've had to walk away from a lot, from each other to find, what is it that I'm trying to say? It's almost like to find yourself in order to then be ready for this connection, because this connection is it's a very serious one. Serious in the sense of like marriage, commitment. But naturally, there's a lot of growth that has to happen before you're ready for this. It's almost like you could see them for all their potential. You could see each other for having immense potential with each other. However, you've had to go through some challenges here to even see this for what it is, but also like to be ready for this kind of relationship. Interesting. Let me get one more, and then I feel like I'm telling you a story, but I'm not telling you how they communicate with you. Wow, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm seeing pentacles here. But you know what? I'm not seeing pentacles in in the monetary way. It's almost like lessons that you've acquired, karmic cycles that you guys have closed. Okay, so they definitely communicate with you to tarot readings, because I'm seeing the word tarot here, very significant. Um, Karmic lessons. You guys mirror each other in karmic lessons, and the abandonment wounds that you have, and the having to leave behind things that no longer serve you, getting to a point where you realize that something is not serving you, and then moving away from it. Closing cycles. The fact that we have a 10 in the beginning and a 10 at the end, and a 10 of pentacles nonetheless, which is like rooted in this reality, this lifetime, 3D, very much in earth energy, is happening right now. You know, it's happening here, not just energetically and spiritually, it's happening here. There's a lot of karmic cycles that you have closed and that you are closing in order to go back to this, right? To go back to what you really want, which is not karmic at all. It's a beautiful connection. Maybe the ocean is also very significant for you guys. The beach could be very significant. Water in general. You could find the fact that we got Pisces in the beginning there when I was channeling, when I was reading about, letting you know about the channeled messages that I got. Pisces is connected to water, so that could be another kind of thing that resonates with you. Piscean energy in general. We have a new moon in Pisces. If you're in the west coast of the United States, it's going to be tonight at 11 something. And then if you are in the east coast, it's going to be on the 20th, so tomorrow, but at like 2 a.m. is the peak moment for this Pisces new moon. However, this Pisces new moon is it's very strong and very significant. Also, moon energy. It affects you like 3 days before and 2 days after. You know, it's almost like a 6-day period where the moon is being felt, the energy is being felt. Also, this moon really does have to do with karmic relationships, karmic lessons, relationships in general. And it's interesting that I brought that up here in this reading. It's interesting that that's coming through anyways. The Hermit. There's that lantern that I was telling you about. That's why this card reminded me of the Hermit. You guys have done a lot of soul growth, okay? And the Three of Pentacles. A lot of co-creation with spirit as well. Fate is here as well. I'm seeing the threads of fate. A red thread. If you find a red thread, pay attention, because that's this person that has to do with this connection. If you find keys, that has to do with this connection as well. Dice. The dice are significant. The number 10 for sure. So on the clock, 1010 could be significant. 765. So counting down could be significant. Interesting. The phrase that I said it when this card came out, when pigs fly, that could be significant as well. All right. Let's see what the oracles have to tell us, okay? Wow, pine spirit, purification. Yeah, there's like a renewal. A renewal. It's like this, I heard breath, oh my God, I can't even speak now. A breath of fresh air, just because like pine scent makes me think of like freshness. So that's why that came to mind right away. There's an energy that wants to kind of close off an old cycle that maybe you even had with each other, okay? Or it could be with other people and other connections, but there's cycles that are being closed so that new things could come through. Wow. Talk about cycles. 10 boils down to a 1. So 1, knowledge, air spirit, connecting the dots. There is so much. The fact that she's on a boat and she's on a boat, Again, the closing of cycles, walking away from things that no longer serve you is part of what this connection needs, part of the lessons that you've learned from this connection probably. You've had to learn a lot about your self-worth as well. That's what I'm seeing. There's a little deer at the bottom here. It's almost like you can't even see it because of this energy is so intense, but it's here. And it's also the boat is like above the fog, but it's almost, you see how there's a mirror energy there? That's very significant for you guys, that whole mirroring energy. Pine could be significant just because there's a pine forest here, and there's also pine here. Moon maiden, new beginnings, my goodness. Closing of cycles, and the moon, it's a full moon here, but wow. Wow. This almost looks like this, and this is two different decks, okay? But you see how these two kind of look the same? If anything, to me, it feels like it's almost like you've risen from being in the water, in the fog, and now you're on the boat that sells you, you're sailing through towards change, quite literally. Wow. Beginner's mind. Okay, there you go. First breath. What did I say about the whole breath, fresh breath? What is it? A breath of fresh air. I can't get that out. My goodness. Okay. The spoken word could be very significant for you guys. You guys are a collective that you see meaning in, like, what kind of like the oral traditions, the oral things that are passed down from generation to generation. Because I keep saying like unique things, right? Breath of fresh air, when pigs fly. Maybe you guys are connected to Odin, because Odin is said to, in Norse mythology, be the god that gave us breath, that gave us life. Maybe runes are significant for you guys. Maybe you guys read the runes. There's planetary, the planets are significant for you guys. Maybe you guys are into astrology also, because that makes sense. And also there's, you guys manipulate a lot of information. You gather a lot of information. Interesting. Knowledge. In seeking knowledge regarding this connection, you guys have also encountered a lot of things that you needed to know anyways for your spiritual path, your spiritual development. It's almost like your spirit guides for both of you, okay? Because you guys are mirrors of each other. Have used pain and learning karmic lessons in to kind of help you grow spiritually. Wow. Why? The book of knowledge here. Maybe you guys are also connected to Akashic records. I'm seeing that she's standing on I feel like it's not, but it looks to me like a chessboard as well. So some of you could play chess, and that could be significant. Why? Asking why. Maybe you do that a lot, and actually you're being, it's almost like you're rewarded for that. Your spirit guides, or this person as well, enjoys the fact that you're so inquisitively inclined. You're like a skeptic, but you're a believer at the same time. That's beautiful. They also might feel like they cannot hide any secrets from you because of your intuition, because that came through in the channeled messages. And it could be why they stay away a little bit. It could be why they're a little confused about you. But again, they see you as their Ten of Pentacles. They see you as the Wheel of Fortune. They feel like this relationship is fated. You know, there's fate involved here. Wow. Serendipity. Talk about luck. Luck of the Irish, I just heard. You see what I mean? Where it's like little phrases are just keep coming up, serendipity. So you guys definitely see angel numbers. You see signs and synchronicities everywhere. They're probably very unique to you and your connection, quite frankly, because I cannot pinpoint a specific thing. I've said so much, and I feel like that is part of the message where like maybe you get a lot of information, but at the same time, when you get a certain thing, you know it is this person. And your guys are saying you have to trust yourself there. Don't stay in this confusing energy. Trust when you get the and when something clicks for you, trust that. Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. Defenselessness, riding past wrongs, and uprooting. That feels like this energy. Maybe you guys have walked away from each other and you both therefore triggered each other's abandonment wounds. And there's a need for when you guys reconnect, there's a need to apologize to each other. Maybe you do this energetically already. You kind of are trying to mend and heal this and this relationship in that way, because you guys are again mirrors of each other. I can't say that enough. It's everywhere. I'm seeing it everywhere. Um, that's very interesting. Wow. Wow. Surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. You see how there's a feminine energy here and then there's like a masculine. There's two people looking at each other. And look at the planets being so like in your face. Makes me think of this card. Lilies could be significant. No, I'm sorry, this is lotus. Okay, I don't know why I say lilies, but lotus flowers could be very significant. Water could be significant for you guys as well. You're being asked to surrender to this beautiful energy that is trying to come through. I feel like once you come together and you kind of like work out the kinks that are happening here, you talk about what happened in the past when you walked away or when they walked away, or even like you have like resolutions happening around all of your relationships in a way. It helps this connection too, because it helps you're learning karmic lessons with other people, but at the same time it helps you bring those lessons back into this relationship, and you are more understanding of each other, even if you're not in communication physically, energetically, spiritually, because you're learning, like let's say you've learned how to be very forgiving because of a certain relationship in your life. At the same time, you take that lesson and you use it towards this connection, and you are more understanding, let's say, where how this person hurt you and manifests for you with another person, and you're learning to forgive that and accept it and work through that challenge. And then without having to work through that challenge with this person, at the same time you have already have done it, so it's kind of heals that part of this connection. That's interesting. That's very interesting that how that message came through. I hope that makes sense what I'm trying to say, where whether you think that you're not working on this connection because you are not in communication with each other, however you are, because it kind of, whatever you needs to be worked through between you two manifests around you with other people, and you get through it through the lesson, and therefore it's like you integrate it into this relationship. Your commitment are being tested. First quarter moon. Interesting. I feel like it's what I was just speaking about as far as the commitment to your soul growth. The more that you approach this connection as I'm working through whatever comes up like in my reality, and at the same time I know that in doing so it brings me closer to this person. The more cycles that I close, the more things that I learn. Once you look at this connection like that, and you also accept the fact that this person is doing the same, just because you cannot tangibly see the growth that they're doing, or you are not in communication, therefore they cannot tell you that they've gotten through this or they've gotten through that, or it doesn't matter. If you're doing the work, they're doing the work. That's what I'm hearing too. Wow. Wow. Expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. Holy crap. Eclipse energy is very powerful. Very powerful. The fact that this card looks like this card, it's almost like what's hidden behind here is it's a gem. There's a this connection is, it's a gem for both of you. It's a beautiful connection because of the growth that it brings with it, the knowledge that it brings with it. Interesting. Silence. Listen more and be quiet. And quiet be. That speaks to the whole lesson thing. Also, it speaks to when you guys do have communication, you're going to have to listen, hear this person out. They're going to do the same for you, but it feels like maybe if they've left you, if they abandoned you, if they walked away from you in the past, and it really triggered your abandonment wounds, okay? You're probably still working through those energies in your life overall, and this person triggering that, it was almost like you feel very stabbed in the back or something like that. You're gonna have to listen and give this person a chance to explain themselves, because you probably trigger something in them as well. Wow. Resignation. Say goodbye to what you no longer need. Yep. That's the karmic lessons here. The wheel closing off a lot of karmic cycles to begin anew. Wow. Wow. Look at what this connection is teaching both of you. It's teaching you about love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. This is what this relationship is trying to teach both of you. Seeing the good in all things. The heart lessons and the good energy that comes your way too. Maybe stability also triggers both of you, or wanting to have a stable relationship could be triggering for those of you who are probably maybe not, you're like, you like to date around, you like to sleep around. I'm not judging. This is not from a judging place, okay? It's almost like if you don't want to let go of your player ways, or having fun, or being free and not being committed to someone. But if you're craving it, and if this person entices you, it makes you, it's maybe that's the whole like seeking advice regarding this connection, and like learning how to open up. Maybe both of you have been working on that. Like you're not sure if you want to settle down with this person, but at the same time, you feel very called to do just that, okay? And that could be very confusing for you guys. Let's see what Adam Beaver. Oh, talk about like building a foundation, because they build dams, right? Water energy. Water energy is significant here because of the Pisces thing. And then let's look at this. Nature. Nature is very significant too, obviously. Obviously, the pine, the trees, the forest. So said, ground yourself. Find a sanctuary in nature. Connect with the elementals. When you feel overwhelmed by all of this, and this could be very overwhelming, okay? Could definitely see that. Very triggering overall, therefore overwhelming. Nature is here. Mother Nature is here to like calm you a bit, okay? To help you surrender here to the sweetness of life. Okay. Let's see what the message is with this animal. So my intention was for like the animal itself could have a message for you, but also like if you see this animal in like social media, in person, or however it comes into your awareness or your reality, it could be this person trying to reach out to you, or trying to like let you know, hey, whatever's surrounding the message that you saw when this animal appeared, that's me trying to send a message to you. So it says hard worker, loyal, tireless, and family first. Definitely, I see that. Family oriented. When in balance, happy and meaningful work. When out of balance, feels useless and worn out. To bring into balance, physical labor and selfless service. Selfless service. Interesting. Maybe you both are very much givers. You like to make sure that everybody feels good. You have a very healing energy about you, Pal 3 as well. The fact that they're in a forest, it just keeps looking like the same. Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You're a seeker of knowledge. You're very drawn to knowledge. Maybe that's why Odin came through here too, because if if you've been called to, or like North mythology has been coming up, or you work with certain deities, if Odin is one of them, you know that Odin requires, he's a seeker of knowledge. He's the original hangman. I have the hangman over here, which is also Pisces energy, I have to add. That's interesting. But he hung himself from the tree of life for 9 days. He sacrificed an eye. He didn't eat. He didn't drink, and he did all of that to acquire the runes, which is a divination, right? It's knowledge in itself. They bring knowledge. He's a seeker of knowledge. Maybe that's, you guys resonate with that. The why, the book. Maybe some of you are writers as well. Maybe you're going to write about this relationship, and it's going to be, it's so significant. This relationship is very significant for you guys. It teaches you, it's taught you a lot. And if it has taught you a lot about everything, especially about love. Wow. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through here for you. 000. Talk about starting with the bare minimum. A very maybe if you have your clock on military hour, 24-hour cycle, you when when it's 12 a.m. is 0000. You could be seeing that as well. That could be significant for some of you. Wow, 1010. Did I not mention that? 1010, 1010 is even here. Wow. You know what that speaks to me about as well? You could be seeing it on the clock too, because I was just talking about the clock, but it speaks to me about like you both are doing all of this at the same time. It speaks to be mirrors of each other. Unknowingly so, you both are closing cycles and opening to new beginnings at the same time. But since you're not in communication, you don't know it, but you are. 999. A lot of numbers here are synchronistic for you guys. A full moon. Are you kidding me? The moon. Okay, so full moons, you could be working with the full moon. Full moons are about closing things off, walking away from what no longer serves you, kind of like allowing the full moon to take away what no longer serves you, so you can start anew. You can see what didn't work out, so you can set new intentions with the new moon. Dreams. Okay, so in your dream state, this person could also communicate with you. Okay, 333. Remember, this is power 3. That's significant. And last one. 67. Okay, how random. Okay, 67 could be significant for you. Well, I mean, we got 7, 6, 6, 7. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much, Pal 3, for watching, and I hope this brought you clarity, confirmation. I feel like I was all over the place, but at the same time, since I'm reading for a collective, it's like, some things will resonate, some things won't, but overall, I feel like this is a beautiful connection for the collective as a whole, and you guys have done a lot of growth on your own, but it's also like connected to this person. And that's beautiful that you guys are mirrors of each other in that way. So thank you so much, Pal 3, for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.